Okay.
Oh. Oh. Okay.
This video is brought to you by my Patreon members over on patreon.com/habtunes. Thank you all for your support, and if you're interested in becoming a member, you can check the link in the description below. Yo, what's good? It's me, your guy, all the way from Bed-Stuy, Habbo, with another phenomenal and fantastic episode of the Art Block, and today I'm joined by none other than Ezio's Ezio's cousin, Allison Auditore. What's good? How you feeling?
I'm good. I'm excited to be here. Hello, everyone. Love
Yeah.
it.
So you were actually from season 1. You're a vet. I think you might have been
Yep.
episode 1.
I think so. Episode 1 or 2. I can't remember if there was someone before me or not, but either way, one of the OGs.
Yeah. So the fact that you were an OG means that we don't have to do all the gobbledygook of like, hi, how are you? What are you doing? Where are you from? Because we're going to jump into something really controversial right now, and that is
Let's do
AI.
it.
Okay, when you were here the first season, we talked about it. We were kind of nonchalant. We were giggling about it, but a lot has happened since then. So we might have to, like, backpedal or clarify and apologize to the folks that are, maybe, feeling the brunt of what's happening right now.
They're hurting.
So, yeah. So how are you feeling right now about this whole
Yeah.
thing?
Yeah, when we first spoke and AI was kind of new to the scene, I was very receptive to it. I was excited about it. I was seeing people who were intimidated by making art, feeling like they had a tool that was usable. They weren't feeling like they didn't have the right to create things anymore or the skill. Very quickly, things took a turn, and all of a sudden, AI is out here stealing work from people. AI is out here getting jobs that we should be getting. And I saw the funniest tweet that was like, I did not think that it would be robots making the music and the art while we were the ones working these corporate 9 to 5s. Like, that's not what anyone envisioned when we thought about a future for ourselves. One thing that was especially bothersome to me was like looking at discussions online, like Reddit, Twitter, and seeing people saying, like, arguing about like, oh, there's nothing that makes an artist any better than AI. They're just jealous that now anyone can do what they do.
Damn, who said
And
that?
just some random dude, you know how it is.
Yeah.
But saying that like people are like we're gatekeeping it just because we don't want people to have access, or because we want to lord over people, like, oh, we as artists have a talent you don't have. I'm like, that's exactly the opposite of what the art community is. We just are trying to live in a world where art is a viable career. Like, we as humans should be able to support ourselves doing something as important as creating work, whether it's something as simple as like a logo for some corporation or just something fully conceptual, graphic novels. Like, we can't let this work. And then, all that aside, we can't deny that the way AI had been operating was just biting the styles off artists and then passing it off as a new creation. So definitely not feeling as warm and fuzzy about the potential as I was. I still think it could be a good thing, but the ethics of it need to be explored. Like, where we are right now, we don't have the laws to keep up with how quickly it's evolving and technology is. So yeah, and unfortunately I've had to rescind some of my happy feelings about it.
Yeah, I
How
think.
about you?
Yeah, I think that I still don't hate it because I still think there is some use for it for us, but I think as the general public gets access to it, it's definitely going to be a problem because now you're going to have people that say, oh, well, Allison, your prices are too high. I'm just going to go on
Exactly.
Midjourney and then I can make 100 images and screw you. You know what I mean? Or
Exactly.
you'll have, people who, instead of getting a voice recording, will go on 11 Labs and be like, hey, emulate Morgan Freeman's voice. You know what I'm saying? Instead of
Yes.
getting like a person that can imitate him or Morgan Freeman himself. So there is that moment of, okay, this might be a little dangerous. And I think the perfect comparison to this, I saw this on TikTok earlier today, where a guy, it was like a joke, like a meme type thing, but he was basically like, hey, wow, this video automation is so great. I can't believe how fast it is now. And then it like flashes back to like automation in factories. And it's like, hey, I can't believe that the machines are making our jobs so much easier. I can go home early and say hi to my kids. And then it's like, yeah, look what happened with them. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
it's definitely leaning on the side of the corporations and the people who are just kind of lazy and trying to be cheap.
Yeah. No, it's definitely happening. I've heard a lot of people talking about corporations, especially saying like, why do we need a creative or an arts budget when we can just use AI or like ChatGPT to do it? And it's like, no, that you need those people. They're pulling from human sources. Like you can't get rid of or replace where that all comes from. So,
Absolutely. And
man.
the crazy part is that Black Mirror came out with a new season recently, and one of their
Uh-huh.
episodes was called, I don't know if you've seen it, but one of their episodes was called Joan is Awful, which is
Uh-huh.
basically this woman whose life is being broadcast live. Like every episode, every moment of her life is an episode in the show. Come to
Okay.
find out, and I'm sorry I'm gonna have to say the spoiler because it's important to the conversation, but come to find out, she was digitized and her likeness was used in perpetuity
Oh.
for this show. And then come to find out, like, other actors and people signed contracts to be used however they wanted to be used by Netflix, which in this world, the thing was called Streamberry. It wasn't called Netflix, it was called Streamberry. And it's like,
Uh-huh.
oh, that's kind of wild. That could never happen. And then the writer strike happens, right?
Mhm.
And the SAG after
Mhm.
strikes. Then you have artists, actors coming out saying that they've been trying to do that same thing to people for years, trying to
Of
digitize their
course.
likeness. Jet Li said that in the new Matrix movie, they were like, "Yo, we want to
Mhm.
put you, we want to like, analyze your moves and just use them." And he was like, "Nah, I'm not doing that." And other actors have come out to say that, and it's like that's pretty scary. They proposed a deal that was like, okay, we'll have an extra come in for a day's worth of work, and then we scan them in and we make all
Oh
the
my
money from that,
gosh.
and they get nothing. So that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to save more money for themselves
Yeah.
and not pay anybody, whether it's an artist, an actor, visual artist, whoever. And it's just wild at this point.
And you know what? You can take that even further. Like think about when you're like going applying to colleges and you get in or applying to things. I'm specifically thinking about schools and they say like as a student we have the right to use your image and they're thinking about like oh diversity like we'll put you in some stock photos like where is the actual like limit there like what if they do want to just use your likeness in a commercial or digitize your voice and say you said something and
Mm-hmm.
then when you try to protest that, they can say, "Well, you already signed it." We, like I said, there have to be boundaries established, and there aren't right now. And then when you think about those writers' strikes and the potential for creativity to be manipulated and stolen, it just needs to be addressed.
Yeah, and I think it's going to take more than just us being online talking about it. I think we have to, the writer's strike, and I feel like I've talked about this on every episode so far. The writer's
Hmm.
strike is a great example of what we all need to do, not even just with
Hmm.
visual arts, but with every labor union. And at this point, like,
Exactly.
if we don't do something, it is going to kind of snowball into like all kinds of stuff. I mean, we've seen it in movies and video games, fiction, where they build robots and androids. They
Hmm.
build AI that becomes sentient and does things more efficiently and removes people from the spectrum. And it's like, yeah, this is now science reality. It's no longer science fiction.
Exactly. We're there.
Yeah, and
Time to
I've
actually think about it.
right, and I've tried not to be like hyperbolic about it because sometimes on Twitter and sometimes on internet people are like, "Oh my god, everything's falling apart, the sky
I
is out,"
know.
but like I'm now seeing it like firsthand with like friends, being affected
Hmm.
by it and people
Hmm.
that I admire being affected by it. Like there was a woman, and I can't remember her name, but she was actually at some sort of hearing. I think she works at Netflix, not Netflix. I think she works at some studio, and she was basically speaking out against this. So I'm hoping that like that starts that part of the revolution for visual arts. Um, but yeah, it's just wild to see how much has changed in the span of like a few months to a year.
A year or two ago, this would have still sounded like science fiction, and now we're in the midst of it. And I think people are still trying to write it off, say, "Oh, it's not that bad. You're being dramatic." But it's like if we don't think about it now, it's just going to get worse.
Yeah. And I made a video and somebody actually blocked me because they didn't
Oh
even watch
no.
they didn't even watch the video because they think I was defending AI, but I was saying that like I'm not scared of it because I trust us enough to group
Hmm.
together and like push back against it instead of just like doom scrolling and doom saying on Twitter all day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Oh, I'm afraid of it," and just wrote you off right then.
Yeah, I think what happens is
Oh,
people
that's
just see certain
unfair.
words and it's just like, all right,
Hmm.
boom, gone. And that's
Yeah.
understandable. I mean, if that's how you feel, if you was that annoyed, it's
Yeah.
whatever.
Why are people so sensitive about Ashley? It's like every like what 2 quarters that comes up where
Yeah.
someone says, "Why is Ashley annoying?" and everyone's like, "Actually, she's not that bad." Blah, 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 blah." You
Yeah.
can't slander her, but it's like, how am I not gonna slander Ashley? She was written to suck, and she did it.
No, she's not.
So.
You can change her. It's like, I don't care.
I don't want to change a full-grown woman. Why does she need fixing this late in life? We're in
Right.
space, and you want me to worry about one white woman's feelings?
A
There's
racist.
reapers out there.
Yeah, she's a
We do not have the
racist,
time.
big-headed girl. Leave her, let her go.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? I am planning to do a playthrough where
Uh,
somebody told me this, where they
okay.
this is so crazy. I never thought about this before. So they had her
I'm hyped.
survive throughout the entire trilogy just to kill her in 3. Because when you get to that point where you have to defend, you
Yes.
have to fight Undina,
Uh-huh.
and then either Caden or Ashley steps in, you can choose
Yes.
to kill them. So that's what I'm gonna do. So
Oh,
my
I
next
love that.
playthrough is gonna be like, I'm gonna play Mel Shepherd, romance her, and then when we
Break
get to
her
the
heart.
end, boom, yeah,
Mhm.
it's gonna be great, beautiful
Oh,
storytelling.
I love that. I love that arc.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
What have you been
I'm here
playing
for that.
recently?
Dragon Age Origin.
Oh man, a classic, a classic.
Again, I've literally never stopped playing this game. So I actually am near the end now, but I just did a playthrough where I was a human noble with the intention of, because I hate Liliana.
What?
So I hate
All
her.
right, cut
I'm
the camera,
sorry.
everybody. Cut the camera. We leaving. Lillian, I love her, and her little
No!
scream when she's boosting the party.
Oh my God. Yeah, so I hate her. So I tried to romance her. Why is she so hard to romance? It took damn near the whole game before she would kiss me. I don't know what I did wrong. I
She
don't
likes to
know.
take it slow. She
Who
follows
has
the
the
chantry.
time? It's the apocalypse. But I did take her with me, and I defiled the urn of sacred ashes, so I ended up having to kill her.
So you did what I'm about to do with Ashley.
Yes,
Oh my god, you
to
evil
Liliana.
person. Oh my
I
god.
know. I know.
Do that to Sten.
I have done that to Stan. At one time I did a playthrough where I was gonna kill everyone, like every
Oh
companion,
my god.
but I couldn't do it to Alistair. So it was just the Warden and Alistair the whole way through, but we killed everyone else.
That's
You actually
dark.
can't kill Morgan either. You have to just send
Yeah.
her away. But this one that I'm doing now, we did have Alistair executed.
Oh Jesus.
And I know it was really sad. I was like, "Oh man, Alistair, I'm sorry, but I've never done this before. I have
Right.
to do it." And I was gonna be king. My whole plan, I was like, I'm gonna be a man so that I can be king and marry Nora. And then I fucked up that conversation, and I can't be king. But
Oh.
yeah, ended up romancing Zevran though. So
Here I am.
here I am.
Yo, I hate that they butchered elves so badly in 2. Because when I
Why'd
saw
they
him, I
do
was so
that?
upset. I was like, yeah, that's my guy. What happened?
He looked like a trash can. Like he looked like
Yeah.
a full pancake with a nose. It was
Yeah.
so sad what they did to him in
Really
there.
strange. The art direction for that game, I don't know what they were thinking, honestly. I
Me
did like the
either.
Kunari, like the improvement on their design. I was just like, yes,
Yes.
they're intimidating,
Oh,
they're freaky, and I'm just
yeah.
like, yeah, I want to be one.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I get now why people think they're so weird because in the first game it's like, okay, they're a little tall and a little gray. Like, what's
Yeah.
the big deal? But also, yes, I want to be one. Maybe the Aeroshock has a point. I don't know. Like, let's hear him out.
Yeah. When it comes to games, do you find that you're more attracted to the art direction before you see gameplay?
Yeah, I definitely am more drawn to the way it looks, like the style of it. Um, what does the world look like? What did the characters look like? And then gameplay, not as much. And then the biggest thing for me though is story. Like, how is the plot? How is the interactions with people? Like,
Yeah.
are they more kind of halting where it's just like back and forth, or are they like really strong, like, oh, these are characters, like these are people? And that's why I like Mass Effect and Dragon Age so much.
BioWare for the win. What are your 3 non-BioWare? Let's do that first, because I know you're going to probably be like Mass Effect, Dragon Age. So what
Yeah.
are the 3 games you've played that are like just beautiful in their style that you just like every time you play them, you're like, oh my god?
I have to throw The Witcher 3 in there, even though the lack of diversity is like,
Wah, wah.
I know, but it's a beautiful game. I love like every time I play it, I'm like, oh gosh, this game is pretty. And they did put in a DLC where there were some brown people. So I was like, okay, hold up, that's a brown person. So that made me a little happy. It was like
Yeah.
2 whole brown people.
Just two. Just two.
Just 2. But they're there.
Geralt
Um,
walked up. He's like, "What are you?"
yeah, basically. It's like, where are you from? But there's that, and then I've been really liking Cyberpunk.
Ooh, we're gonna have to talk about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still like I feel near the beginning, but I'm really liking it. And then man, what else have I been playing that is not Dragon Age? Oh, you know what I like? Well, Destiny 2,
Yeah.
and I would say I like the art of it and the style of it more than I like the actual game. Like I keep buying these expansions because
Stop.
they're so pretty, and then I'm like, I'm so tired of fucking trying to get all these gun pieces or whatever I'm
Yeah.
doing. But the game is so beautiful, I just keep adding on because it's like, and that latest one they did, that the name I already forgot, but you're in like,
Lightfall.
yeah,
Yeah.
gorgeous,
Yeah. Absolutely. I love
beautiful.
the colors in that. Also, did you know they
Mhm.
stole someone's artwork by
Of
accident?
course they did. Oh, by accident though.
Yeah. So there was
Okay,
this
all
guy
right.
on Instagram. I think he posted it on Instagram years ago. He basically did like this fan art piece of some of the iconography from the game, and it was
Uh
beautiful.
huh.
Because honestly, Destiny, I wish they had an art book because they have some amazing stuff in there. So he does this really
Mhm.
elaborate thing, and then come to find out, I would have freaked out. Imagine playing the game. You get on, opens up with a cutscene. Here
And
comes your
it's
fucking
yours.
art in motion. He went straight to Twitter and they apologized, and I think they compensated him for it. So they were just like, it was our
Good.
bad because I guess somebody probably pulled it and thought it was one of theirs.
Yeah.
Sometimes it happens, but they apologized and they made it right. Yeah.
Well, a happy ending, but I can't. I think my heart would skip and then drop. Like that's mine,
Yeah.
because you don't know that anyone's gonna even believe you or
That,
care.
that's why I don't do
So
fan art. And then when I do, I
yeah.
put like my characters in it, so it's just like you can't steal this because there goes my thing. And if you use my
Hmm.
thing, we gonna have to cut that check.
Exactly.
Yeah. So let's get into that. How was the art show, and did you get a lot of new fans, and did you sell anything? Like what was it like being out and
It was
about?
it was really good. It was at Greater Phoenix Economic Council, so it was like a very nice building. They have so many windows. Like it was just nice being in such a gorgeous space that valued art so much. Um, I was excited that I knew a lot of the other artists that were featured in that show, so I got to catch up with some people, meet some people that I met like on Instagram. Like we follow each other, but I'd never met them in person, so that was really exciting to like add to those connections. I feel like I got maybe 1 or 2 new fans. No new sales from that show specifically, but having that work up, and it was different from the work I've done in the past because it was digital, there's color in it, and it wasn't stipples, it was like lines instead.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of showed the range and flexibility that I have. And I think a lot of people saw that and were like, wait, oh, I do like the way that looks. I would like something like that. Allison has that in her, I don't know, weapon cabinet and her weapon wheel and
What?
in her
Get
inventory.
out of Dragon Age.
So
Get out of the game.
I can't help it. So I got some commissions. I got some
Nice.
more interest. Yeah, so it's been really good.
Do you feel that? Because I believe there are artists who can just stick to their one thing and then they're good. Do you feel that nowadays we have to be flexible? We have to do different styles or techniques to get noticed and have either new commissions or just a fan base come in?
I think it's important to try new things, which is why I got into digital because I started to worry, like, am I really sticking with hand drawn and stippling, especially because I like it, or am I just afraid to branch out? Am I afraid that I'll start something new and not be good at it, even if it's more conducive to getting work? So I think it's important to try new things, but I don't think that we should feel like we have to be able to be a jack of all trades. Like, I can do work in color, I like it, but it's not my strength. There's people out there who are like way better at it than I am. So if someone wants like a simple portrait, in color, I can do that. But if someone wants someone like on the scale that like my stipple work is, it's got to be stipples or it's got to be someone else, because I feel like that's
Nerf or
what I'm
nothing.
really good at. Yeah, and I'm good at it for a reason. Like not everyone else is good at that or has the patience for that. So I feel like once you find the thing that you like and you're good at it, that's what you should stick to and just be true to like what you like and don't feel like, oh, there's not a demand for this, I shouldn't do it anymore. Like I definitely think there's there's so many people out there that there's something for all of us. There's a fan base for all of us out there.
Yeah, absolutely. And I do think you touched on something really important, right? It's doing what you feel is fun and what you like to do instead of straining yourself to do something completely out of your wheelhouse, which is not a bad
Mhm.
thing. But when it
Mhm.
comes to your own sanity and just you being, calm and creating in that process, I think that's good to kind of roll back and think about that, because a lot of the times I feel now people are just super stressed because of, like we were talking about earlier, social media. Social media
Mhm.
is just like a rabid thing. So it's like you post something today and then it's like you need to post something tomorrow, you need to post something on Wednesday, you need to
Exactly.
post something on Thursday, and it's like that's not how art works. I
Exactly.
talked about this on a previous episode, and it's like we should be allowed to take our time and still be able to exist.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like I can't crank out new work like that. And if I am, no one's going to want to see it. It's not going to be good. It's not going to be worthwhile, and I'm not even going to like it. So that can't be the expectation. It should be the process of making art is part of art. Like that should be celebrated in and of itself. So I'm trying to normalize that like in my feed and also like in my own life, like sharing more progress and being like, look, this is going to take me months before it's finished. So this is what you get. Here's like one fingernail and some sketches, because that's what I've got.
Yeah.
And that's awesome. It takes time.
Now you mentioned the word stippling like
Mm,
5 times, and I'm sure someone's in the
yeah.
comments like, "What the heck is stippling, man?" So could you explain that to the people that are new to this form of art and maybe they might want to try it out?
Happily, I think stippling is one of the most accessible pen and ink drawing techniques ever. Look, I have a pen right here.
Ooh,
You literally just take your pen and you make dots, and those build into an image, and that's stippling. So whenever you see those like portraits or illustrations where it's built up of a lot of different small points, that's stippling. Not to be confused with pointillism, which is the same technique but with color. So
right.
stippling, black and white, pointillism, color.
Good. Now everybody go try that out on your own time
Try
and then
it.
tag us in it so we can see what you got, because I'm pretty sure you made some dope stuff. Now,
Yeah.
your art, I feel, it's very unique. It's a style that I don't typically see and don't normally see across, social media, because everybody's doing one particular thing. Like, especially on Twitter, I feel like I see a lot of Tumblr era art, and it's like,
Totally.
oh God.
Yeah.
So, where did your or how did you develop this really interesting and unique style over the years? And what was your initial inspiration for that?
So initial inspiration was actually my art, like the very like an intro arts class in high school. I was like a sophomore, and my art teacher just was showing us different shading techniques. We did like cross hatching, hatching, and then stippling, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever. And I think it's something about the way my brain works, like something slow and bringing together like small building blocks and seeing how those come together to make a larger image is so satisfying to me. It's like a puzzle. Um, because I always like doing puzzles too, and like Legos, that kind of thing. So I started just stippling in my free time, and I was like, oh, this is really cool. Like it just felt easier to me than trying to sketch out, like break down in the different ways that they show you, like the grid or just working by reference photos. It just was easier for me to use the dots to create that image. And then as time went on, I stuck with pen and ink because I liked the way it looked the best. I really like black and white. I think it's so crisp. And I would use stippling just for like adding in shadows here and there.
Hmm.
And then as the years went on, I was like, I have a lot of negative space in my work. I want to fill it. Maybe I can just use stipples for the entirety of the image. And I I was afraid of it for a while because I was like, that's going to take a lot of time if I'm building my entire portrait with stipples. And then I was like, what am I afraid of? I've got my whole life. Like, I'm not on a deadline. This is work for me. So then I tried it out and I was like, oh, this looks amazing. And I've just been doing that ever since.
That's amazing. Yeah, when I first saw it, I was just like, yo, who is this? Follow, 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 follow.
Thank you.
Yeah. So when it comes to your creative process, what do you typically like to do? Do you have music on? Are you relaxing just to the nature sounds? Do you have candles lit? Do you know, what do you have around you to increase your mood and your creativity?
It's almost always music. I have like 2 or 3 playlists that are my go-to for when I am drawing, and I'll either go outside, like somewhere quiet, have my headphones in, and just draw for hours, or if sometimes I like to have like a little visual something in the background, so I'll put on like a show or a movie depending on the mood, because sometimes I want to have like a really visually striking thing that like gets me in that like creative zone.
Yeah.
So I'll put on like, I don't know, just whatever film or mini series fits the vibe of the day, but
What was the
music
last
is
thing you had
definitely my
on?
go-to. Oh, what was the last thing I had on? It was it was Black Clover actually, that
Oh, okay.
anime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah, and
one with
then
the it's the guy with the white hair and he has a sword, right? Like a big sword.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, a friend of mine recommended it. I watched the pilot and I was like, okay, like I was in a cozy mood, so I
Yeah.
wanted to feel like comfy and get through these dots because right now in the portrait I'm working on, it's like I'm doing like the neck area and that part's so boring. Like there's not that much. All the dots look the same. There's not a lot of shading or anything. So it's like I need something cozy and cute. So put that on and it was perfect. It was like it's just easy to listen to. So
Yeah.
and then when I look up, there's lots of cool stuff happening. So
Yeah, I love that.
it was
Yeah,
great.
I vary, just like you. It depends on the mood. Where it's like
Hmm.
sometimes I'll have like a podcast on. I cannot put a show on because even if I've seen it before, I'm gonna turn around, see my TV in the back. I will turn around and
Uh-huh.
stare at that. It don't matter what it is. It could be an episode I've seen like a million times. I'm gonna be sucked into it, so I have to put like a
Oh.
podcast on
Yeah.
or some music. Usually I'll do like drum and bass. And like
Yeah.
there's so many. YouTube is like a beautiful place right now.
Oh, it's
Hopefully it never
amazing.
gets, hopefully nothing happens to it. Like I hope Elon stays away from it
Oh my
because
God.
I will fight. I will go find him and we're going to square up. Like cuz YouTube
No.
is a beautiful place for just so much like hidden gems, you know, where there's
Hmm.
music, animation, film, and I love it.
Oh, it's
Absolutely.
incredible. I just recently, speaking of YouTube, I started putting on like classical music, and it's like those screensavers where it's like old like Renaissance era paintings just on your screen with the music in the background.
Yeah.
I'm like, I love this. This is perfect. I've been doing audiobooks a lot too lately.
Oh, I've been meaning to get into that because I tried it one time like a few years ago, and Alexa was reading Ready Player One, and I was just like tuning it out. So maybe I need to
Yeah.
like be in a particular mood to like listen to her read all this stuff out because I was just like, this ain't for me.
Yeah, it definitely needs to be like I have to be in the right mood to listen to a story
Yeah,
and not because sometimes it's got to be music, sometimes it needs to be a story, and sometimes I just want a TV show.
yeah.
Every
Maybe we'll
day is
get
different.
Sam Jackson to read every book. Be like,
Ooh.
motherfucker! Like all every word,
Yeah.
every other word is just him saying that.
Oh, I would love that.
Yeah. How many
Get him on the
sketchbooks?
phone.
Right. Let me call him right now. Hold on. Hold on. Hey, Sam. Sam. Yeah. Wait. Hey. Calm down. Yeah, we want you to do audiobooks right now. I'll give you. We said. Yeah, we'll give you like a plate of oxtail, large. All right. He said he's going to do it.
I would do it for a plate of oxtail. Like,
How many sketchbooks have you filled out this year? I'm putting you on a spot now. I'm
um,
grilling you.
none.
It's funny. I asked you that because like I literally have this one here, this moleskin joint, and I was like,
Uh-huh.
okay, I'm gonna open this up this year, and I'm gonna like just go through it and like use all kinds of markers and shit to fill it up, like those people
Yeah.
on Instagram to be like, look at my sketchbook tour. Oh my god!
How do
But
they
I
do
haven't touched
that?
it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I tried to like cuz I love those sketchbook tours. I'm like I want to have a book that I can flip through of all my little sketchy poos, and then I get my sketchbook and it does not work.
Yeah,
They're trying a lot harder, I think, unless there's no way that we just can't do it. Like a sketchbook is for sketching, so like I'll have one gorgeous page, and then the next one is like a bunch of really ugly stick figures that are
Yeah.
sad.
I want mine to look like a mad scientist or like a wizard's journal. It's just like mad
I,
scribbles and shit. Like, what's wrong with this
yeah,
dude?
yeah, that's how mine looks. It just looks like, what is going on? What kind of chaotic person did this?
Yeah,
This is a
Basquiat
mess.
actually had something like that. I went to an exhibition years ago at the Brooklyn Museum, and they
Oh,
had a
okay.
whole collection of his stuff, like stuff that was never released before. His family was just like, yeah, here. And a lot of his sketchbooks were just like these really crazy, like messy drawings, and like you can tell he was definitely on something. But like it
Yeah,
was full, just volume and volume of this like art. And I'm just
I
like,
love
yo,
that.
shout out to you.
Exactly.
You know, if he was around today or anybody that had passed, I think he probably wouldn't even use social media.
Oh
They would still
no.
just be like offline, completely against it. Like they would probably have other people do stuff for them. You know, like,
Mm,
hey, Basquiat was at the Met Gala, and then it's like he don't really post about it. He's not on stories because there are some artists
yeah.
who exist outside of. Believe it or not, folks, there are some artists who exist outside the internet and they do pretty well for themselves. Somehow, I don't know how they do it, but they do it. It
I
makes
don't
you
know how
think.
they do it.
Do you think that it's harder to do something like that now with social media being so big and the opportunities kind of being so rampant?
You know what? I don't think it's as hard as it sounds, because when I look for the opportunities online, like the artist calls, all those things, they're easy to find. And sure, some of them will ask for a social media like if you have an Instagram or something, but I think as long as you have like a website, like just somewhere where people can find your work, I don't think you need a social media presence. But it maybe depends on how comfortable you are like interacting with people, because I think you have to compensate for it in some way. Like people are going to have to find your work somehow. So if you're not online talking about yourself all the time or posting your work all the time, you probably need to have your work up somewhere. And it's not like you can just put it anywhere anymore. Things aren't as accessible as they used to be. Like you probably have to talk to someone. You have to go be like, "Hey, can I put my work in here?" But I think it's doable, and I'm trying to take a step back a little bit, at least from Instagram,
Mm-hmm.
so that I'm not trying to perform with my work as much. Like I'm trying to just
Ooh,
put my work and like whatever I'm doing, like just keep it organic and not try to
yeah,
be like, "Hey, here's my work. Look at it." Like, "Here's page 2," just doing like using it as actually what it's supposed to be, which is a way for me to express myself, not like display myself hoping other people will like what they see.
yeah.
But I think it's doable.
I love that you said that though, because like sometimes I'm not gonna lie, I be feeling like a Sambo shucking and jiving just to get like a few clicks and views. I'm just like, hey, look at me doing this stupid meme and this trendy sound on TikTok and da 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 da, and it's just like, wait, why are we doing this? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like it should just be about, hey, here's my art. Ideally, it should be like, here's my art. Do you like it? Yes.
Mhm.
Okay, follow me. Let's create a community. It shouldn't be like, oh, look, I gotta post 15 times a day just to get like one person to do blah blah blah. And it's like, come on.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like when you're making friends, you want them to like you for who you are, not like because you're constantly entertaining them. So I'm trying to approach getting admiration for my art the same way. Like I'm not trying to make art for you. I'm just trying to make art. And if you like it, then you like it.
Yeah.
And maybe buy it, please.
No, absolutely buy it now. Do you think that, because I believe that you will grow and I believe that you will be someone that's going to be prominent, whether in your local community or abroad in the bigger space, do you think that as you continue to evolve and grow as an artist that you may pull back from those spaces?
I think I'll pull back from Instagram probably. Although I do like posting a little picture here and there, but I'll probably post less. I probably will keep making TikToks because I think they're fun. I don't even care though, like how much interaction they get, but some of those sounds are funny. Anytime I find like a Slipknot mashup with anything, I'm like, yeah, let me find a way to make a video with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do think I'll pull back as a whole from things like that and just do what feels fun.
Yeah, because it's like it can be draining. I just want to be like
Mhm.
the other great people out there, like Kehinde Wiley, Amy Sherrill, and
Yes.
you know, Killian Murphy was saying on Oppenheimer that he just wants to be an actor. You know, he doesn't want to have to do
Mhm.
all these interviews and stuff like that. It's like you just want to
Yeah.
exist. You just want to do your thing and like get away from stuff. Like I don't mind being in the public facing, you know, opportunity or hosting events and stuff like that, but like it's a
Mhm.
lot. It's a lot
It
to
is.
contend with, especially when you are doing that and showcasing your work, doing that and glad handing, doing that and networking, doing that and TikToks, and you know, it's just so much
Mhm.
going on, and I feel like a lot of people don't necessarily understand that, especially now with I don't know if you've seen the TikTok shop tab that's coming out for a lot of people.
No. Oh, yes. Yes, I have.
Yeah, so there's a lot of people who are posting their work, whether it's something handmade or artwork or anything like that, and you've got obviously trolls in the comments like, haha,
Sure.
this is too pricey, da 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 da, and then like you've got people showing the process of stuff, and it's like it sucks
Mhm.
that this person is doing screen printing, has to do all of that, and spend
And
hours, and then
mhm.
and then make the video and put it up for
Mhm.
someone to do and bullshit and say that. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Exactly.
why do we have to go through hoops and jumps just to exist and make a living? You know?
Exactly. Like, yeah, and I think people take for granted like doing the work is one thing. That's work in and of itself, but then to have to also remember to film it and get a good angle when you're filming it and then potentially edit it and post it and then find good audio to go behind it because you can't just have 1 minute to 30 minutes of whatever the atmospheric sound is. Like that's not good for anyone to listen to. It's a lot of work. And I think people take it for granted. Sometimes even I take it for granted when I see like a time lapse of someone's work or something. I'm just thinking like, wow, that's incredible. And I'm not thinking about how much work went into them actually filming that, posting, editing it and posting it until I'm then doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Or even just remembering, like I was like, oh, every time I start a new drawing, I'm like, I'm gonna document this process, and then I'm like halfway done, and I'm like, ooh, I have not taken one picture or
Right.
video of this thing. Like, it's a lot.
It's like I just want to create, man. I don't want to stop and then hit record on the side, and then you know it's just too much.
Yeah.
Though I want to jump to something else dealing with the internet because I just found out, and I'm mad at you. You got a YouTube channel,
Oh.
and you had this whole time. I could have been liking and loving and all this stuff. You talking about, hey guys, I got a YouTube channel. So what's going on with the YouTube channel, and how long have you had it? And do you have plans to, you know, do more, you know, video content there?
Yeah. It's evolved a lot. I think I started it maybe like 2018. That sounds about right. And my when I first started it, I was like, I'm just gonna post like videos of me drawing, and then that quickly got boring to me. And then I kind of put it down for a while. And then when I got Twitch, I was like, ooh, maybe I'll just start posting, like edit my streams down and post those on YouTube. And I did that for a little bit. Um, but then I was like getting away from art. And so I just recently have been really getting back into it because every Wednesday, I stream with my friend Emmy and we talk about a movie and I do a drawing of a movie, like a character in the movie while we're talking.
Hmm.
I've been posting those every Saturday, which has been really fun because it is just easy. Like the actual editing is not easy. Oh my God, that
Yeah.
sucks. But um, it just feels organic because I like to talk about these movies. I like to draw. It doesn't feel like I'm trying super hard. It's just me hanging out with my friend, and I happen to be able to post it on YouTube. And then the other thing that I've been doing is I've been trying to read a lot more this year.
Hmm.
And I'd be reading all these books, and I had no one to talk to about my books that I'm reading. And I was like, I'm just going to film myself talking about these books and post this every Thursday. And if someone wants to listen to it, they can.
Yeah.
And that's been really fun because I don't know, I've gotten like some good feedback, and one of my like neighbors DM'd me after I had shared the video, and she was like, "I'm listening to your video right now. You have such a soothing voice." And I was like, "Oh my God, someone I know is watching this right now." But
And now I'm gonna watch them too.
oh my God, I mean, I'm like, she's over there and listening to me. But no, it's been cool. It's been a lot of fun, and it feels better because in the past I felt like I was trying to make content and I didn't feel like I was being myself, but now I feel like I'm just being me, and I have stuff that people seem to enjoy. So I feel like this is the best it's been going. So I'm happy about it.
Yeah, those are some really great concepts, because I feel like a lot of the times when artists create YouTube channels, we all default to let me do time lapses, which are fun and
Yeah.
that's fine. But I feel like sometimes people want to see a little bit more than that. They want to see behind the artist. They want to see behind the scenes. They want to know more about who you are as a person. So I
Yeah.
think having, this, would you consider it a podcast with your friend Emmy?
Yeah, I would. I keep meaning to just grab the audio and actually upload it as a podcast as well somewhere, because it is mainly about what we're saying and the art is kind of supplemental.
Yeah.
I do post the art too, but yeah, I would definitely call it a podcast.
Yeah, so having the
type thing.
podcast and then also this solo book club idea is like really
Yeah.
cool. Like I love that, and it's very novel and unique, and it feels like that's like who you are as Allison. So that's
Aw,
really
thank
dope.
you.
Yo, what's good? This video was sponsored by my Patreon members over on patreon.com/habtunes. Patreon is an incredible platform that enables me to create my art and YouTube content full time. Patreon is also a space that allows me to connect with you, the fans, viewers, and members on a deeper level. As a Patreon member, you'll receive early access to new projects, exclusive patron-only content and merch, and many other incredible perks such as your name being featured in a video. I post art and content on the Habtunes Patreon quite frequently, and there's always something new around the corner. Interested? You can join today and support the continued growth of the Habtunes brand. Link in the description below.
Yo, we are back with the art block. We're playing Scribble.io with Allison Auditore, all Mass Effect and Dragon Age BioWare words. So here we go.
Oh.
Let's see who wins.
Okay.
Also remember that when it's your turn to guess, you have to type in that little box on the side.
Okay.
Yeah. 9 letters.
So you don't know what word I've picked?
No.
Oh.
It just
I
says
didn't mean
9
to do that.
letters.
Okay. Well, I guess this is part of the drawing now.
Ah!
This is my finest work.
Oh my god, yes.
I mean, I might try to sell this after.
I'll pay 5,000. Ooh, okay. Fangs. Who has fangs? Fangs. P. I forgot the words I put down already.
Oh, that's good. That helps me.
P. Who's P? 9 letters. P. Vampire guy. There are no vampires. It's that chef from Mass Effect 2. That was also the janitor.
The one that says back to work.
Yeah.
I say that ever since he said that, I always say back to work like that. I can't stop.
I don't know who that is. You stumped me already.
I'm just really good at this,
Yeah. Darkspawn. Oh my god. Okay.
I thought it'd be obvious because I'm like, it's a dark spot. It's the only monster.
Oh god. Okay. This one should be
Okay, where
easy.
do I type now?
It's a
this
box
box
to the
at
right.
the top
Yeah.
or to the right?
Yeah. Okay. Let me see how I can do this. All right. This should be easy to guess. Because I'm not gonna be you and make it super complicated.
I don't think that
'cause
was all that complicated.
Because I actually like you as a friend, and I don't want to make you suffer. You know.
Okay,
This is like
I know what this is.
really bad drawing.
Okay, I thought that was a belly button, but oh. Okay.
Oh yeah, there you go. Tally.
Whee!
People have been
Everyone
obsessed with like revealing her face. They've been making mods
Yes.
for years now. It's like, guys, the point
You
is we
kinda-
don't know.
I feel like the DLC, like in the expanded thing, they kind of let you see a little boop of it. I could
Yeah.
be wrong though.
I think when you romance her, there's like a moment where she does take it off when she dies. If
Yeah.
she dies, she takes it off.
Oh, that's fun.
It's that moment in Mass Effect 3 where it's the Geth versus the Quarians, and you have to figure out who to choose if you're like not aligned
Yeah.
properly. So if you're not aligned properly, she will kill herself.
I've done that.
Yeah. All right, 7 letters. Is someone happy? No one's happy in these games, so I don't know who that is, except for Ogren.
Oh, Ogren is having the time of his life.
Yeah,
This will be
it's a
easy.
lady. It's
Oh, she looks a little dopey. It's okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
I
Oh,
knew.
you got it.
Yeah. She does be
She's
smiling.
happy.
She do be smiling,
Yeah.
yeah, because she's like always got something up her sleeve.
She's like, everything is going exactly as I planned.
Yeah.
Okay, this is 9 letters.
All right, let me see if I can do this justice. Because I've been trying to practice more with like different types of creatures and people lately.
Dude, it's harder than I've been experimenting with like creatures a little bit too, like in doodles and stuff, and I sometimes think about like a graphic novel or something, and it's harder than I thought to create.
Yeah,
What is this?
monsters are something else. You know this thing. I'm gonna give you some.
And there's an H? What is this?
You have encountered this thing. It's a very powerful being, and everybody's scared of it. And
Yeah.
the archdemon.
Your archdemon looks a lot better than the one in the game. I think he looks dopey. He looks like he needs braces.
Oh god. Oh, I already know. It's an angry big thing, right?
No.
No, it's not Rex. Okay, never mind. It's not Rex. This is that's Ashley Williams. What? Oh.
Yeah.
No.
I think you know.
That's not what I thought it was. What else did I put in there? I was a J.
Oh, I know how I can make this a little more obvious. Outfit.
J. Yo, what is wrong with my memory? Like I literally put these words in here and I don't remember any of these. J.
I can't even think what else to put.
Oh my god. Jesus.
What are those? Is that upside down pineapple? Oh. Okay. I think I know it. Ooh.
Shepherd.
Oh. I love the sound effect.
Yo, can we talk about how crazy Mass Effect 3 felt? It was just like, yo, are we really going to win? Like they just really out here just blowing everybody up.
And then like when I saw like an army of banshees, I was like, oh no.
Yo, I hate
There's
that
no
one
way.
part in the last mission where you have to hold out with all the banshees coming at you.
I hate that part.
On Insanity,
exactly...
it's like, yo.
Oh, I played it on Insanity too, and I was like, I hate this. I hate this.
It's so scary. And the brutes too. It's just like, Jesus Christ, what's wrong with y'all? Great designs though, Jesus.
Mm-hmm. Exactly, talking about how hard that is to do. Like, killed that.
Yeah, they really did.
The banshee scared me.
Okay, somebody with long hair. Logain. I didn't put him in there. He's actually like a pretty cool character if you don't like harp on.
Yeah.
You know, him being a douchebag.
I made this guy's forehead
Here I am.
Here I am.
Oh, you know what I usually say sometimes randomly? It's from Dragon Age Inquisition. When you come to the table, and Cullen is like, to work. And I always just say that, to work.
To work? I like that.
All right,
okay,
here we go.
5 letters.
The big head boy.
Big head. Oh.
And
there's only one person this could be.
I'm gonna give him a little devious smile.
Yeah. I mean, we all know who that is.
Yeah. Mr. Douchebag himself.
That forehead. I actually have no idea how to draw this.
It's an L-core.
Oh, there's an undo button. Okay, all right, that helps.
I live on the side of danger. I don't undo.
Well, I had to because I felt like it wouldn't be fair if I left that. Like, it's already gonna be like impossible to tell what this is.
That's yeah. I was gonna say Batman, but yeah, Garrus was my second guess. All right, when I do this, it's probably gonna be really easy. All right.
Okay.
Should I make it that easy?
I mean, you don't have to.
All right, hold on. We're gonna make it super easy.
It's a face. Okay, boobs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Okay. She's got really big ones.
Mm-hmm.
And she's not a nice yeah.
As soon as I saw the boobs, it was over.
That's literally the first thing you see. I remember being a kid and seeing that, and I was like, what in the world?
I remember playing this game, and like my mom walks in, and she's like, what are you doing?
Always at that moment.
Always. There's like these guys.
What the heck? Yo, do you know Meat Canyon, the YouTube artist, the animator?
No, but that name, I feel like I should know them and I want to know them.
He just put out this crazy Steve Harvey Family Feud animation, and it's the most insane thing I've ever seen, and I love it. I'll send it to you when we get off here.
Yeah, please.
It's so crazy.
I don't remember. I feel like I'm doing it justice. I feel like the vibes are there. Maybe it doesn't
People
have a face.
doing a thing around the thing.
Yeah, it has. There's another one.
No, it can't be this. No, it's not the Rachni. The Thorian. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
I just couldn't remember. It kind of just hangs there.
Yeah. It's a freaky looking thing. It honestly
It
looks like a
is.
vagina.
I really like it.
Yeah.
Oh, it does look like, that's right, because it like births them out. Okay.
I'm trying to remember. I have the book right here, but I don't want to cheat.
Oh.
They come in different forms, and sometimes they're
Yeah. Well, so first I thought Legion.
yeah.
So you did pretty good, but then I was like, oh wait, yeah,
Yeah, as long as you understand the basic concept, that's what's important.
Yeah. Did you see my Harry Potter drawings?
No, where?
I think I posted them on Instagram. It was from a stream where my friend and I talked about Harry Potter, and we were just basically making fun of it.
Yeah.
And I drew Ron Weasley kind of like this, and I was just looking at it the other day, and it cracked me up.
Okay, it's I know. As soon as you put that cigarette, hold on.
Yep.
Yep. As soon as I saw that cigarette.
They didn't know vapes were coming.
Oh god.
Even if I think the Elusive Man still would smoke a Marlboro, he'd be like, I don't vape.
Elusive Man does everything
Mm-hmm.
that's
true.
like bad for you.
That's true.
All right.
Okay. Oh.
Let me give him a little bit of hair up here.
He's so cute.
Warden. The original
Join
Rick.
me in my stinking hole. He's awesome.
Ogren. Voiced by Steve Bloom. All right, this one's going to be
Oh.
less obvious. Okay. All right, I'm going to do
10
something
letters.
more unique.
Okay.
Oops, I can't erase. It's going to be a big hand. Okay.
Oh. Oh. Okay.
And it's attached to a person,
Who
obviously.
has like fire?
Not fire necessarily,
Powers.
but
Okay,
it's something
maybe
coming out of it.
magic.
Yeah. I can make it easy and color it, but I'm not.
Nah.
That's all I'm going to draw. So I'm going to give you a
Ooh.
hint. It's someone who.
I think I've got it.
If you got it, then go ahead. Because I feel like if I give you a hint, it's going to be too obvious.
Yeah.
Inquisitor.
Yes.
Inquisitor.
Inquisitor.
How many people have you romanced in Inquisition?
I've only fully played that game through one time.
Same.
So, yeah, I romanced Blackwall, and then
Ew.
well,
He stinks.
No, he has a nice voice. And honestly, okay, I did like that he approved of literally everything I did, but no one else really appealed to me. Like, oh, do I want to date heroin addict Cullen? Do I want to date manic pixie girl Sarah?
I hate Sarah.
Iron Bull's head is too small.
Leave Freddie Prinze alone.
Listen, it's not his fault that his head looks like that, but there it is. Cassandra, I was thinking about, but somehow she's not bisexual, and I was a girl, so that didn't happen. And then you still can't romance Varric because they hate us.
Most hated.
Talented.
You are. You really are. Most hated companion in Dragon Age 2.
Oh my god. In Dragon Age 2, it could be Carver.
I don't remember who that is.
That's like your brother if your brother lives.
Oh, yeah.
He's really annoying. Who else do I hate? I think it might be Carver. Everyone else is okay.
That's my
Who
baby.
else is there? Yeah.
The Normandy SR1.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Oh.
Okay.
I love watching these evolve.
You sound like someone's disapproving parent. Like you can't say nothing nice, or you just say something like, "I love seeing the progress of me." Oh god.
I genuinely mean it because I thought that it was gonna be like eyebrows, and then it was a mask, and so it threw me for a second before my brain could catch up and be like, No, that's not a face.
Right.
Okay.
If I put anything else, it's going to be too obvious. I'm gonna try to.
Okay, there's a P. Oh, okay.
What else is there?
It's like a soldier. It's like a.
Yes.
Oh, there's
Okay.
an
You're
A.
close. Yeah. Soldier.
Oh,
They are someone.
yes.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I was drawing FemShep, but I was like, if I draw N7, it's gonna be too obvious.
Yeah, that would be.
Ooh.
What does
Okay.
this man look like? I don't even know.
That is.
Do you know? Sometimes I wonder if I have face blindness.
Maybe.
What does
What is
he?
face blindness?
So I looked it up, and I guess it's like you can't quite process like people's features.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like whenever I have to describe people, I'm like, wait a minute. Like I can always remember hair color, and that's it.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
I just had a feeling. He's
You
always
got it.
smiling. I
Yeah,
will
he
say
is.
that.
Even when he's miserable.
Oh God. Okay.
Oh,
That's
okay.
not what that's not what it's supposed to look like. Okay. And then there's like the stuff here.
Oh, okay.
And then they have the feet.
Oh, my babies.
Human delighted, welcome.
Delighted, welcome. It's good to meet you.
Oh my God, the El Core.
I like how the boobs are always like there are defining like, okay, got it.
What? Oh, wait, no. Wait, what? This is really good.
Thank you.
But I have no idea.
Where's her elbows? What is she, what?
Oh my God. Oh
You
my
know who
God.
this
Yeah. Oh
is.
my God. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so foolish. Swooping is bad. It's
Yeah.
Morgan. How can I do this? What do they look like? All right. They're big.
It's a
right?
swish.
And they got those like a really annoying.
Ooh.
They shoot stuff out.
Oh, it's like a mermaid.
Oh, this definitely ain't
Oh,
no mermaid. This is the most annoying creature in all of Mass Effect.
oh
And I think they got like ugly little eyes, multiple eyes or
my
something.
God, I hate these things.
Oh, so are you playing through the entire trilogy from that one playthrough you did where you killed everybody on Dragon Age?
Yeah, I
wanna know
think I
who.
will.
Yeah, because I'm curious, like who gets replaced. Like, who do you get?
Oh,
Because in Mass Effect, when you do that, there's like a ton of replacements for people who are just like
yeah.
really boring ass
Well,
characters.
you kill Liliana, but they just like don't let her die.
Yeah,
So
no, they
she'll
bring her
still
back.
be
Yeah,
there. That's annoying.
because of the Maker. The Maker.
And then Wynn never comes back. With Alistair dead, I don't know who they'll replace him with. I think it's that guy with the mustache.
The guy with the
Oh, you got it.
mustache.
Strauss or something?
Oh.
Yeah. It's just some miscellaneous man. You're in a lot of like tense situations where your skills, like you have to really think through it. Like there was one mission where I was working with I forget his name, who was the bodyguard for that guy, that
Oh
old
yeah.
man.
Yeah. That's very
Yeah.
descriptive. Mm-hmm.
And we had to sneak into like a warehouse or something,
Yeah.
setting up for mission.
Oh, Takamura.
Yeah.
That's my guy.
Yeah, I love him. And I'm thinking like, okay, I'll just shoot my way through this. And you can't do that.
Yeah, that mission is pretty tense. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm having to like actually think about like angles and sneaking like for real. Like I feel like a lot of games it's like, okay, you can sneak, but you can also just brute force your way through it if you want.
Yeah.
But this game, it's like, no, you really need to actually think about where your enemies are and strategize, which I liked. So I'm liking that about it, that you really have to think about it and you can't just like half-ass it.
Yeah, it's a tough game. Like they will gun you down even on normal mode. Like they
Yeah.
do not play around. You end up in the wrong area, it's pop, you out,
It's
flatline.
pop. Yep, I'm liking it.
And my favorite thing about the game, which I think is like kind of peculiar for me to pick up on, but like it's still dope, is the way they talk. Like the language, the dialect, and the
Yes.
slang is just so unique and cool. Like it feels like you really are in a different world.
Yeah, it does feel like this is a new culture. This is a new era that I've just been dropped into.
Yeah, I think the first time I played, I did like a 30-minute playthrough with a female V that was Corpo, and then I was like, no. And I switched over
Not
to
right.
doing a male V as what do you call it, Nomad, and I played
Oh,
through with
how's
him.
that?
It was cool. Because you start out in the desert town. You're not even in the city,
Yeah,
and it's like really fun to see
that's
like the
sick.
juxtaposition between the dirty, grungy city and like this open desert, apocalyptic looking Mad Max desert.
Right. Yeah, I just got to a mission where we're like out there with the nomads, and I'm like, oh, this is like where you would be. I like seeing that, like, oh, this is where you would be if you had chosen a different thing.
Ooh, whoa, whoa! Look at those eyes.
I love drawing eyes.
I love that.
See, that's what I said earlier. You said I sounded like a disapproving parent.
Nah.
Doing,
Oh
oh,
my
I like what
god.
you're doing. I love your style.
Thank you. It's funny because like what people usually say is not even my intention. I
Uh-huh.
usually get for like years now, for like maybe like the last 6 or 7 years, people will say it reminds me of Nickelodeon, like
Oh,
Class V
I
Supo.
see it now.
Yeah, and I'm just like, that's not my intention. It just like came out like that.
I never thought about that, but I do kind of see that vibe. I'm not biased or anything, but I think yours is a little cooler.
Hey, yours is dope as hell. Don't even come in here with that. But I appreciate the compliment. I will take a compliment. I will do that. Would you get chrome? Would you get implants to enhance your body?
I really don't like the idea of things inside of me. It like freaks me out because I just don't like thinking about like all the things that make up a human body, like all of our veins and stuff.
Yeah.
But I think I would. I think I would like just want a robot body. I would just
Oh my
slowly
god.
become a robot. I would be like put my brain in the robot.
Are we gonna throw some water on you?
No,
Yeah.
I
If
would
you
be waterproof.
if I walk
They
outside and I see you walking down the street and you look like the Silver Surfer, I am throwing you in a lake. I'm
No,
sorry.
hopefully I would still look like me, but just robot.
There are some people in the game that are like that, completely
Yeah,
chromed out, and it's so freaky to see.
it really is.
And it's like, damn, I feel like if this were real, and it probably will be real at some point, people
Mhm.
would do this and
Oh,
would be the
totally. Because think
billionaires.
about like the things that we already have access to with all the like surgery and stuff. People do that.
Yeah.
If you give
BBLs.
people the option, people will do it.
You know, dudes are getting surgery for like their legs to grow their height.
Stop it.
I'm
Like in
so serious.
Gattaca.
What? What's that?
Have you seen okay, Gattaca is who directs it even? I don't remember, but it's
Battlestar
oh my god.
Galactica?
No, that thing is happening where my brain doesn't work. Like when you're trying to talk about something and all of a sudden you go blank. Ethan Hawke is the name that I'm trying to remember. He's in it.
Ah,
And it's like society, it's set in what's supposed to be the near future.
20XX.
And yeah, and people have evolved past discriminating based on race or
Yeah,
gender,
right.
right? Or anything like that. What they do now, because like eugenics becomes a thing,
Yeah.
so they'll discriminate based on like how optimal are your genes. Like, oh, you have like you need glasses. Like, oh, you're like you were born naturally because they start creating babies like outside the womb and they can filter out like um
Wait.
disposition to illnesses, disposition to like genetic things like heart conditions,
There's a
diabetes.
movie. There's a new movie coming out.
Ooh,
It's with Daenerys Targaryen
okay.
and that one black dude whose name I always forget, but he be in everything. It start with a C. Anyway, it's a movie basically about the near future, just like you just said,
Okay.
but it's
Love it.
about reproduction and humanity. So instead of
Ugh.
giving natural birth, women and men now put their genes and cells inside of this egg contraption, and like
Ugh.
they tease you if you, or they look down on you if you do a natural birth. It's like frowned
Yeah,
upon.
that's very similar. Like the
Yeah.
main character was birthed naturally and he's like one of the last people who wasn't created like that.
Yeah.
And so it's hard for him to get a job. No one takes him and then like so he tries to pass himself as he someone else.
Get
Like
out of here,
he
meat
steals someone's
sack.
identity. But anyway, the reason I brought that up is because he does get a surgery to like lengthen his legs.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, to make himself taller.
No. Why did he give in to the pressure?
Well, he did it because the
He was
person
in
whose
love.
identity he was borrowing was taller than him. And since they like look into you that much, like it's that invasive, they're like, well, the profile says you're like 6 feet.
Yeah.
So, bing, bang,
Yo, you
boom.
know who freaks me out in Cyberpunk?
Who?
The they just feel so gross, and like every time I see them, I'm just like, just get rid of them. Maelstrom. The
Oh
guys
my
that are like super
gosh.
chromed out with the
Oh my
faces
gosh. I
replaced by
think
like optic shit.
I like love and hate the way they look. It's so creepy.
Yeah.
It's so, so
They
weird.
look like they stank for real.
Oh, they do. They are unshowered,
Yeah.
unwashed. They went too far. I just feel like the way that you can get addicted to like Botox, I
Mm-hmm.
think people like they're addicted to those
Oh,
enhancements.
absolutely. But yeah, I think it's probably one of the. Despite the fact, I think what sucks is that that game launched to such ire that people just wrote it
Mhm.
off completely, and it's. I would say it's probably one of the most important narratives in gaming right now.
Seriously.
Yeah, it's the characters are great, the story, the endings, all the I did all the endings and they're all like really wonderful.
Oh,
Yeah, it's really well written, and I
I
just
can't wait to
I
do
hope
it.
that more people get back into it because of this new DLC.
I love when you find like a game or like a show or a book like where it's like, oh, this is important. Like this is why we make art.
Yeah, we never really got to talk about Mr. Robot.
Oh, we did it.
We never did the thing.
No, I really enjoyed it. It was such a treat getting to like watch each season and then talking about it on stream. Like having someone to talk about it with while I was watching it was so much fun.
Yeah.
Like
Ooh, I love
the
her.
way the plot evolves. Oh, thank you.
Aww. Wait a minute, she looked like my ex. Who you been talking to?
Oh my
I'm
God,
kidding. I'm kidding.
stop.
I'm kidding. Yeah, I've been trying to get folks into it, but the thing is it's just such a slow show, and if you're not in the mood for that, it's hard to really like sell it to somebody.
Yeah, and I like a show with a slow beginning though, so that really appealed to me. But
Yeah.
yeah, you do have to be like in the mood
Yeah.
for what the show is doing. But I love it. I love his narratives. I love his whole personality. I love how tired he looks.
Bonsoir, Elliot.
I
People
love
have been
Tyrell.
saying, and this is spoilers for the
Mhm.
finale. We're going to be talking about everything. Spoilers. All right, that should give
Spoiler.
people enough time.
Yeah.
So, you know when he wakes up at the end, right? People
Yeah.
are saying that that actually might be Tyrell, or that he was Tyrell and he was one of the alters.
Oh.
Yeah. Because that there's that
Hmm.
one part in the last season where like Tyrell just disappears, like they never mention him again,
Yeah, they never
never
bring it
shows
back
up.
up.
Yeah, so people are like, oh, he might be Elliot, because there was like a thing someone pointed out too about that confrontation that Elliot has with his wife, and like she
Mhm.
seems like way too familiar with him.
Yeah. And she seems to know, like she's almost talking to him like she's humoring him. Like she's like, "Okay, really? All
Yeah,
right." Yeah, I did wonder that.
I felt bad for her though, to be honest.
I did too. She didn't deserve that.
Yeah, everybody that died in that show, I felt bad for. Even White Rose, because it's
Oh
like
my God.
right.
I loved White
Yeah,
Rose.
because she was like really delusional.
Yeah.
She was going through it. She really thought she was going to alter reality.
Her life was just so when it's that sad and you don't want to give up, like she really thought she was gonna fix it. I don't think I felt all that bad for Angela.
Really?
Nah.
Really?
I wasn't happy about how it all ended,
They
but
did her dirty.
I didn't feel great. I mean, I didn't feel all that sad either. I was like, okay,
The
all
one that
right.
got me was Trenton and what's his name? Mobley.
That was awful.
Yeah, I'm like, come on, Joey Badass. Come on,
I
man.
know. I thought they were gonna make it.
But yeah, I think Mr. Robot is probably one of the most important viewing moments, especially if you're struggling with mental health.
Mhm.
And if you feel like you're kind of like alone and missing out and you want to be a part of something, I think this
Mhm.
is a great parable to that. Because by the end of the time that I watched that, like I was
Mhm.
going through my thing and
Mhm.
I cried. I was sitting right here eating General Tso's chicken, watching the
Oh,
premiere
yum.
in real time. And when we got to that point where she was like, "Hello, Elliot," I was bawling. That
Yeah.
whole moment where he walks into the theater and they start playing M83. I'm just
Yeah.
like, I can't even listen to that song now. I haven't listened to it since the finale because it makes me cry.
I know. No, it's so good. Like they tackle so many important issues in a way that I don't see done, and it doesn't feel like posturing. It doesn't feel like, oh, we're trying to get this audience. It feels real. Like they know exactly how that feels, and they portrayed it so well.
Absolutely.
And the tension, like the parts where he is imagining like just being this happy guy who like has friends and they all come over for Thanksgiving and it's
Oh
just
my
effortless
God.
and easy, but it still feels like empty to him. And it's like,
Yeah.
yes,
It's like this poor
I
guy.
relate.
Look at that. Oh my God.
Oh, I love your lines. Like they're so crisp, but then they look so easy at the same time. Like I
Oh,
love
thank
it.
you. Thank you. I love the
What?
details in these petals. And
Thank
she
you
looks
very
so
much.
innocent. Like this person looks she's going to heal the world. She's a healer,
Is she?
a priestess, or maybe she's secretly the archdemon. I don't know.
She has secrets.
Oh,
She's got some stuff.
oh, she's seen some things.
She's seen some things.
It's kind of wild to think that someone sat there, devised a way to create an explosive so powerful that it like still devastates people to this day. On top of the fact that like 9 or 10 different countries have warheads all over the place. Like Pakistan has nuclear warheads. Like, yo, look what you did, Oppenheimer.
I know, and we still can't just chill. We still can't just be like, all right, let's just find a way to not ever have to worry about these.
Right. And it's crazy because he actually discovered solar panel technology and black holes before he started doing the bomb. And then he like didn't care about it and gave it to his assistant.
Can you believe?
Yeah.
Black holes are so much cooler.
Yeah.
But whatever.
It's like, this could have been your legacy, dog.
I know.
This is how you could have saved the world. But then again, who knows what would happen if he didn't make the bomb?
I know. It's like, okay, now this movie's got me caring about World War II because I was at my limit with the World War II movies. I'm like, okay, I get it.
How many did you willfully watch?
None. I didn't willfully watch any of them.
Oh, okay. So how are you tired of them?
Like growing up, my dad likes war movies, so I felt like we were always just watching some war movie.
Was your dad in
and
the
then
military?
In school, no.
Oh,
I think he just thinks they're fun. I don't know.
Okay. I don't care.
And then I don't know. Maybe it's because he's like an immigrant. Maybe he thinks American history is interesting. And then and then when you're in school, at least at my school, it was just like, let's watch a movie. So we're watching all these World War II movies. I'm like, I'm not learning anything except that all these people blew each other up. Yeah, and then I felt like they just make a lot of World War II movies. Like, can we make a different movie?
Well, they definitely made a lot of World War II games, I tell you that. Like, I remember growing up playing Medal of Honor, Call of Duty, and it was all based in World War II. It was just like an obsession for years. And then they started doing Modern Warfare, and that you never saw a musket ever again, or whatever they use. Everybody has Marvel fatigue.
Oh my God, I've had Marvel fatigue, and everyone thought I was an asshole. And I'm like, you'll get here. You just wait. You'll be me soon. Yeah, we're tired.
There was even a thing, because the Marvel fans are just kind of like crazy sometimes. Robert Downey was in an interview, and they were asking him about like his roles and his most memorable and his most important to him as a person, as an actor.
Him, because he is a person.
He says he listed Dr. Dolittle, Oppenheimer, and something else, and everybody was like, "Did you forget Iron Man?" It's like, he don't care about that, dude. He said what was important to him, not you.
Oh, I was just gonna say it's Iron Man. Like, he's allowed to not feel like that was very significant. Like, it's a comic book. Yeah, it's fine.
And not to say that these stories do not help people through, rough times, but like, if he says for his personal work, his career, that this is his thing, y'all shouldn't be getting mad. He's not trying to diss it. It's just he's thinking more about his artistic integrity. I actually just watched They Clone Tyrone 2 times this weekend. And
I did see that you made some art on it, and I was like,
Yeah.
okay, well now I actually do want to watch this.
Yeah, it's really good. It's like Truman Show meets those old sci-fi, like They Live,
Ooh.
So it's like it's
very
got all these
cool.
elements of like old school sci-fi mixed with blaxploitation, and it's beautiful. It's a great film.
Nice.
And I am so pissed that Netflix does not create physical media, because at any point they can be like, just like with Westworld and HBO, they can be like, hey, we're removing all our original content.
It broke my heart when they took Westworld away.
Yeah, absolutely.
I never even saw the 4th season.
Damn.
I
It was
know.
kind of to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
All
wasn't.
right.
Yeah, you didn't really miss out too much, especially since they're not going to be able to finish the story anyway.
Yeah, if we like tweet about it or thread about it enough, maybe they'll.
Is it going to be? I wonder what they're going to change it to. Like Xing?
Oh,
What do we call it?
if we X about it, oh, well, he did not think about
Re-X
that.
it. Let's
If we-
re-X this.
If we if we exit,
Oh God, that's
I
terrible. That
don't
guy
like it. It
is.
sounds sad.
You know, I thought he was cool in the beginning when he was doing the
Same.
Dogecoin thing, and he was trying to be
Same.
like, "Oh, hey, let's decentralize stuff and blah blah blah," and then all this other stuff started happening.
Listen, my theory, because I was there too. I was like, Dogecoin, like this guy's just a little silly.
Yeah.
He's having fun. He's dismantling currency, rethinking things. I'm here for it. I think that Thingy, what's her name? I think when
Ooh,
him and
Thingy.
Grimes broke up,
Yeah.
I think it broke his heart. Because
Oh.
that's when this all started. Then he started having like little tantrums. He started buying things.
That's what rich people do.
He started posting his like revenge selfies, going on boats.
What? You was really following him, huh?
I think the algorithm for a while was just showing me Elon related
They
things.
were forcing it on you.
They were.
Because I muted him.
See, and I didn't mute him, but I just kept it wasn't even like him. I would just see people reacting to him a lot.
Oh yeah, he's
And
got a
so-
cult.
Yeah, he does. People negatively and positively reacting. I'm like, you guys, there's other stuff going on. Like, I really don't need to know
Yeah.
what he's doing, but I do think that it felt like a tantrum to me.
Absolutely. He's going through like a
It-
midlife crisis right now.
Yeah. You know, he's got like 600 kids,
Oh God.
single.
What? Wait,
Yeah,
he's a Rolling Stone?
he's got a lot of kids, which I was
What are their
shocked.
names? XYZ. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, maybe I guess he started backwards from the alphabet. Maybe there's a Z, Y, W
Yeah.
in there. I don't know. They're out there.
There's a prevailing theory that he's trying to wreck Twitter so he can get his money back. Like file for bankruptcy.
I do think he's trying to destroy it.
Yeah.
I feel like he hates it. Kind of like how you're going to romance Ashley and then kill her. I feel like that's what Elon is doing to Twitter.
Yeah, he's pulling the Ashley Williams switcheroo.
Mhm. The old Schlee Williams.
You know, I wonder like how much that will affect Shepard. You know what I'm saying? Like I wonder if they had lines recorded for that moment, that specific scenario. Like, hey, I romanced you, we're in love. Why are you making me do this? Like, I wonder if that's a
Why are you
thing.
doing this to me?
Yeah,
I hope so.
I'm just gonna have to get used to hearing Mark Meer's voice, which it got better. I did hear clips from like Mass Effect 3, and he did improve, but in Mass Effect 1, it was terrible.
You didn't like it?
That's why I never played as Mel Shep.
Oh.
This will be my first time.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely got a voice. It's like it's a thing.
Say goodnight.
Especially the Renegade one.
I've had enough of
Are
your
you doing-
snide insinuations.
Are you doing Paragon or Renegade?
I'm probably gonna do Renegade. Renegade is fun sometimes.
It's way more fun.
Punching people, headbutting them.
I did a Paragon one, and I thought it was it just was so against my nature to be that nice. I was like, I'm not vibing with this.
Not you, a villain.
Yeah, I was like, I can't punch this reporter in the face. I have to do the interview. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, I'm really curious what's going to happen with the new one. I don't. What are they calling it? 4 or something else? Like, do you have a subtitle for it?
Oh, I have no idea. I've been kind of staying away from the news because I want to be like surprised.
Yeah,
I don't know what they're doing.
because Liara's in it. So like, are we
Yeah.
gonna play as her? Are we gonna make a new character? Like, let me be a Krogan. Let me do that.
What? Oh, to be a Krogan, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
I heard some speculation on a podcast that it would be in between 1 and 2, like when Shepard is still being built. I don't
can't be
remember where they got
because
that from.
Liara in that trailer is super old. She has like crow's
Oh, is she
feet.
old?
Yeah,
Oh, see, I
she's
haven't seen
matriarch
this.
stage.
This was before that trailer.
Oh,
then.
okay.
It was
Yeah.
when we just had that little bitty.
Oh, the image.
Ooh, yeah. Oh, but Liara old? Matriarch stage Liara?
Yeah.
Dang. Oh my god, then where are we?
I don't know, because I remember when the trailer came out, people analyzed it, obviously, because that's what people do.
Of
So they were
course,
like,
yeah.
Liara has crow's feet. There's like dead
Mhm.
reapers everywhere. So it's definitely post 3 and before
Mhm.
Andromeda. That's what the prevailing theory is.
Well, for Liara to have crow's feet, she has to be like 800.
Yeah, because Benezia, I don't even think Benezia had crow's feet, but then she wore makeup, so you didn't really see it.
That's true.
Yeah.
And I don't think I would have even noticed if she had crow's feet because her boobs were out.
Right.
Like,
Right.
that's where my eyes were. They were right in my face. Right in my face.
They really were. It sucks though, because she could have been like, if you spared her, were able to spare her, she could have been a great ally, at least for like the
She
remainder of
really
the game. And then
could.
she dies near the end of the game. That would have been like really touching, because Liara would be able to like bond with her and be like, no,
Yeah.
mother. Yeah.
Oh, that would have been something, because they had that last minute kind of bonding,
Yeah.
and she's telling you, and you find out like, oh, you had the best of intentions, and then it just all went wrong.
I love how we just end up always back at Mass Effect somehow.
I know. How did that even happen?
I don't know. I really don't know. But while we're on the subject, do you or have you ever heard of the indoctrination theory?
Oh,
Oh, that was
my
interesting.
camera just did something weird as you were saying indoctrination theory.
Oh my god, it's the Geth.
It's the guess. No, I don't know indoctrination theory.
Yo, so this was like the biggest thing in the Mass Effect community years ago. This guy spent, I don't know who he was and why he spent so much time doing this, but he literally had like these 4-hour long videos of him explaining in detail why the entire time what Shepard experienced was not real, and that they were
Oh my
indoctrinated, and there were all these clues and notes. It was huge, to the point where like people were actually following him and believing in that. And then they went to BioWare and was like, yo, is this real? And BioWare was like, nah.
Of course not. Bioware was like, what?
Yeah. And then
But it
after
must
that,
have been convincing for people to take it
yeah,
that far.
but you can't even find it no more. The guy disappeared from the internet. Yeah.
Oh my god, they killed him.
Oh god. It was Kai Ling.
He knew too much. Oh, it was Kai Ling.
I hate Kai Ling.
Ling.
Oh, Jinx,
Ugh,
double Jinx, only so to knock on wood. Yeah, Kai Ling is the worst. It also doesn't help that he is voiced by Troy Baker, who I really don't like either.
Ew.
Yeah, he always wear those doofy hats. Like
That
these
explains why he's
fedoras.
so doofy in the game.
Yeah, and it's like Kai Ling. Here's my thing. I would have preferred if Kai Ling was actually Jack, and here's why. Because if you betray Jack and don't do her loyalty mission, by Mass Effect 3, she actually becomes a random enemy. You won't notice it if you're like gunning through everybody, but you'll see what do you call them ones? The ones with the swords that run around, like Kai Ling. That character class.
A nemesis? I think they're called nemesis.
So she appears as a nemesis. It says Jack over her head. But it happens so fast, there's like no cutscene, there's no dialogue for it. It's just like Jack appears, you shoot her, and she's dead. And I'm like, this would have been...
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I did it on my Renegade
so
playthrough.
Much cooler.
Yeah, my last Renegade playthrough, I screwed over like most of the people.
Wow.
And I'm just like, that would have been dope if Jack was there at the very end defending the elusive man and just like trying to screw you over because she hates you.
Yeah. I could see her doing that.
Yeah. And maybe that could have been the thing. Maybe that was a thing, but they were just like, hey, we have Troy Baker. Whoa.
What were they thinking?
America's favorite. When I was so mad when I saw him in did you see The Last of Us, the show?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I was so mad when he popped up. I was like, why are you here? I know that you were gonna put him in, but I was like, ugh.
They just keep... I don't need any more of that person in my life.
Yeah. Like when I was younger, he was cool, you know, because he had that young hip energy that we didn't really get a lot in games. When he was Delson Rowe in Infamous, that was really fun. But then after a while, I don't know, something just started wearing down on me. It's just like, I don't like this guy. Something about him.
He's just everywhere.
I feel like he might low-key be a white supremacist or something. I don't know.
He looks like a Solarian kind of in this picture I'm looking at.
Oh Jesus! Don't disrespect the Solarians like that.
You're right. He kind of looks like... I don't know. I don't want to disrespect anything. I was going to say like a piece of broccoli, and then I was like, but I like broccoli. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm tired of him though. Get out of here.
I don't think he's been in a lot of games lately, so that's been nice.
Yeah.
And it bothers me because it's like, it used to bother me because it's like, do y'all know anybody else? There's so many people out here.
There are so many people.
Why is he the default?
And it's a voice actor. Like, we're not even seeing him. Like, just get anyone.
Right.
You have like a bored nephew at home for summer break. Like, can he talk? Like,
Oh,
have
can
him
he
do it.
talk? But yeah, Kai Lang was probably like the least favorite character in the entire trilogy to me.
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, Kai Lang is just like, not only is he annoying, like his fight is annoying, his quips are annoying.
That whole scene, I made a video about that and people got mad, obviously.
Oh, really?
I
Oh,
did.
I have to watch the video.
It's old. It's like 2 years old. It's like a short.
Uh-huh.
So I was talking about how that whole entire sequence, that fight at the temple, doesn't make sense because
It doesn't.
you have a squad of very powerful people, right? In my squad, I had Liara, Javik, and me, Shepard. We were all biotics. This guy with little robot armor was able to whoop everybody's butt and run away. Are you kidding me? Of all the things we've done in the game, this guy in a tech suit, this fake little ninja guy,
Right.
just destroyed us? Really?
No, it makes no sense. Like, why is he doesn't even do it. He's using a sword.
Allison Auditore.
Habo.
Thank you so much for being here today. Where can the people find you across social media, and let us know if you have any new projects or events coming up?
The people can find me. Now everything is the same. It's still around art. It's still around art on Instagram, on Twitch, YouTube. There's a Facebook, but I don't really do anything on it. It's basically just Instagram. I think I said Twitter. I don't remember. AllisonStillAround.com is where I post like portfolio pieces. And, every Wednesday I stream talking about movies. Every Thursday I upload a book review on YouTube. I did read a really good book that I'm going to have to tell you about at some point because I know you'd like it. I meant to bring it up earlier and I plumb forgot because we talked about a lot of good stuff. Events coming up. I've submitted work to a lot of shows, so hopefully we'll get some acceptances soon. But
yes, you will.
Thank you. We'll manifest it. But in the meantime, I'm working on a lot of stuff, and I'm excited to say that I'm curating my first show ever to highlight local artists of color in the area.
Nice.
And that show opens on August 25th. So there's going to be it's going to be a reception. So anyone who happens to be in Arizona could look for that.
Yeah.
It's in Chandler, but I'm very excited about it. Like, there's so much talent in this community.
That
And
is
it
really
reminds
dope.
me, I'm hype. And it just reminds me that, like, this is something we all have to be doing, is like meeting the other artists in our community and like not seeing them as competition, but as like sources of inspiration. So I'm really excited about that.
That is
It'll be
amazing.
cool.
I am so
Thank
happy
you.
and proud of you, like seeing your progress in your work, and just your work ethic is really nice. And I enjoy a lot of the content you put out too, because it's very calm and serene and you feel like a genuine person. So like, keep doing what you're doing for real, for real. But folks, that's going to be it for us. So until next time, stay rad, stay dope, stay gold. We out. Deuces.
Bye.